regroup quickly. At this level, you can't waste any time in terms of your recovery, in terms of getting back into the shape of your team, getting back in early, and making sure that you make life as difficult for the opposition. I felt, particularly in the 2 goals, we didn't do that. As I say, the first one came from the throw-in, the second one, I think the initial attack came from a free kick. And those are things that when we look at the video, we'll probably think were preventable at the time. I also think that as good as Juventus were in possession of the ball, they made quick decisions in possession of the ball. They didn't allow themselves to potentially be caught on the ball. And if they had to go diagonal, they went diagonal, and they got a lot of joy out of that. It made it difficult for us, and it's something we've said to our players to do more often. We tend to, when we go from back to front, we tend to hit a lot of straight balls, easier to defend. They made life very difficult. Every time we put the ball forward, they made us defend the game, and I think that's something that we must try and introduce more in our game. You have to, at times, force the opposition into mistakes, and it's not always pretty football that does that. It's making good decisions in good areas of the pitch and recognising those decisions. I thought when they did play the ball back front quickly, they backed it up very early, and they picked up a lot of second ball. Sissoko, in particular, in the middle of the park, and both fullbacks were prepared to get advanced in the field and challenge for second ball. And I think that's something that we need to try and incorporate in our own game. At times I felt we were standing watching a wee bit, reacting to things rather than being a little bit more proactive and anticipating things a little bit better.
How will you approach the second leg?
We're not going to go. We'll go and learn from the experience. We'll probably go and play. At the end of the day, we have to make sure that we do ourselves justice. We look at the game as a single game. We'll not be concerned about the scoreline tonight, because really, we have to be realistic and think that we're not going to overhaul or come through this tie. But we want to make sure that we can go out there, give a good account of ourselves, and so we'll approach the game in a cautious manner. Obviously, we would like to at least try and score a goal in the time and look to push things on. We have big games in between with Sporting Fingal on Sunday in the league, and then obviously Bohemians after the Italian game. So there's a lot for us to consider in that period of time. But it's the whole experience for the players has been something that they can certainly take a lot from. I've learned a lot, obviously, as a manager as well. I think the coaching staff have, and the most important thing is that it's a big night here in Tala, and as a club, I think it shows the progression that has been made here, and also the progression that we want to continue making.